House. Welcome back. It's so good to see familiar faces here in the room. So I'm hoping that everyone's back because you have such a great time in this community. And we're very appreciative of that. Hey, my voice is like changing, isn't it? There must be something happening with the microphone. So I'm going to keep talking. Again, my name is Melissa Wilson, and we are so glad that you gathered with us here this morning. We meet every single Wednesday morning, and we'll be doing that through this year, right, Daryl? To do a 1 million cups meeting, right? So 1 million cups means that it takes 1 million cups of coffee. Like, it still sounds kind of funny, but I'm just going to keep chatting while they get it. It's getting better. It's getting better. 2 million cups of coffee to make the relationships and make the connections we need as small businesses to stay connected, right? To keep our business growing and thriving. So, okay, good. That's getting better. So for the presenters, we have 2 presenters today. You can see where I'm holding the mic, right? That'll be helpful. So a couple of announcements for us as a community. First of all, if you have been to a 1 million cups before, and at the time before, you know, you're regular, you're a more than one timer, can you raise your hand, please? Just raise your hand for us. So take a look around the room, friends that keep coming back. Thank you. If you have presented your business here before, can you please raise your hands? Thank you. We want to give a big thank you to these folks because they're paying back right now because they've stood up here before. So thank you guys. Clap for the presenters for taking it before and continue to come back to help out. And then if you're brand new to 1 million cups, if you have not been here before, can you please raise your hands? Okay, thank you for coming. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. So we have for all of you a gift from 1 million cups. So the program that we represent gives us a little bit of swag. And if you're new, we picked up these items to give you so you can take your own notes and help us here at 1 million cups. So because we have, I think we probably have about 10 new people here today, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. So some of you who come here before have heard this before. We do really need everyone who has come today, even though we don't do this with a formal desk when you come in, we need you to check in. So there's a QR code on these screens. It's not on the one behind me, but on the screens, if you can check in before you leave.
I'll put it up afterwards.
Give us your email address. That helps our community sponsor and our 1 million cups community to know that we're an exciting, thriving community like we are. So that's one of the housekeeping things. The other one is, what was I going to say?
Incubizo.
Yeah, well, Incubizo. No, I'm not really nervous, actually. Oh, the other one is that we are a radically inclusive. Where's Drake? Don't we just love to say that? Radically inclusive community, right? So no matter what you're doing, where you are in your business, how you support the community, are there B2B sponsors in here, business-to-business sponsors or partners with Thrive? Can you raise your hand if you're a partner with Thrive? Tanisha, yes, I see Lynn, Drake. So if you are a Thrive partner, Oakland Thrive, raise your hand if you're Oakland Thrive, right? Partners and, or, so we have these people are in here to support you guys as new businesses, okay? So this is one of the things that makes this ecosystem work. You have support in the room. If you're an entrepreneur, startup entrepreneur, we are here, we exist here for you. I wrote down 2 things I want to share with you in the beginning here. One is where there are 2 or more gathered, and I am there among them, right? Matthew 18, so I'm not trying to get religious on you. Another way to say that is 2 heads are better than 1. And not because they're infallible, but because they are unlikely to go wrong in the same direction. So that's attributed to C.S. Lewis, the author. So I just want to say, we gather here all the time to help each other. We're a casual, comfortable community. If you're going to present in the future, which we are always looking for presenters, know that we're amongst friends, right? We're amongst friends up here. The way that this works, since there's new people in here, we have 2 different presenters today. They're going to present their business. They're going to present their business, and they are going to say who they are, what problem they're resolving, and where they're stuck as a business owner. And then they're going to present a community question for us in the room. And if you have suggestions, if you have an experience, if you have something that is relatable to them or a contact you can share, or just want to come up to the mic and say, hey, I get you. I'd like to talk with you afterwards. Come up on the mic and say it for them. Where Drake is standing now is where you kind of line up to do that. Yes, thank you. Drake is, come up and line up here. You take the mic on purpose because we are doing a YouTube live. recording, and we are doing a Zoom room, so people join us in hybrid in this community. Speaking of that, there are 125 communities all around the United States meeting today on Wednesday mornings, 1 million cups, sharing a cup of coffee. I'm going to be in Florida in about a month, and I'm going to a community in Florida that has about 50 people like us that show up. So I'm excited to bring that news to you guys. All right, so if you're going to come up to the microphone, there's no "you should do this." We're not going to use "should" on any of the presenters. We're going to say, "I want to help you. How can I share experiences with you?" And anybody is welcome to come up. Now, because we have two presenters, first presenter, Tatiana from WebLagoon, is going to end around 9:30, 9:35, and then we'll introduce Luisa from Luisa's restaurant, and she will go till about 7 minutes to 10. Okay, and then we will have our Oakland Thrive representatives come up to talk about Oakland Thrive, who is our community sponsor, and then we will gather together for a group photo. So the group photo helps us because we put that thumbnail on our YouTube live video that we will put on in case there's anything that the presenter wants to pick up later on, or if you guys heard something in the room and you want to reconnect with someone, you can go to our YouTube channel, 1 Million Cups Detroit Metro. Okay, sound good? All right, first order of business, so slides. Push this button. We want presenters. We are actually filled up until March. So we're going to have presenters here every single week until March. All right. Thank you. And then we always want organizers to help us. It's a volunteer organizing thing. It's 5 hours or less a week. If you're interested in organizing, you can talk to me or Daryl, who's at the Zoom, or any of the other organizers in the room will help you get involved. And then we also are looking for coffee sponsors. We have a coffee sponsor today. We're going to introduce in just a moment. And then we have, I think I wrote this down. You feeling good about the coffee sponsors? We have them for the next 2 weeks. So we have Urban Entrepreneur Institute today. Dave Tarver, you're going to come up here in just a second. We have CDC Capital on the 15th and the Marketing Shop on the 22nd. So if you're interested in sponsoring coffee, providing coffee for the room, you get the microphone for a couple minutes and you can pitch your business for those couple minutes. We need someone on the 29th, the 5th, and the 12th. So to do that, you want to see Josh here in the community. He will help. He's waving his hand way in the back corner. He's the facility director here. All right. And then coffee sponsor, you are welcome to come up here now, Dave, for just a couple minutes. And then we're going to introduce Tatiana. Come on up. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good morning, hope you're enjoying the coffee and donuts. Thanks to Drake for having us do this coffee sponsorship. I'm with an organization, I started an organization called Urban Entrepreneurship Initiative 10 years ago. And what we do is we facilitate entrepreneurship that is designed to help people in urban communities. So that's our focus. Do you have the other?
Yeah.
Do you have the other slides? Go to the next. So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of areas that people can work in to improve urban communities, and we try to find and facilitate businesses in all of these areas. So again, this is what we do. I have some stickers here. urbanei.org is the name, is the URL for the organization. You can just go there and look at what we do. If you have any questions, I would invite you to also sign up on the website, so you can get more information about what we're doing going forward. And I hope to come back here at some point as a presenter and get more into what we're doing at Urban Entrepreneurship Initiative. And by the way, 2025, I'm a business owner myself, starter myself, years ago. This year is the 30th anniversary of when I sold my business. So I can attest to the fact that business ownership can be good. So that's it. Okay. So we're building this community of people who are focused on improving the quality of life in urban communities through entrepreneurship. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not an easy thing to do and make money. And so that's why we are looking at facilitating this kind of activity and getting better and better at it. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Right, so it's a self-sustaining platform that will empower urban innovators. And your website again is
urbanei.org.
urbanei.org, urbanei.org. So Tatiana, I'd like to introduce you to come on up here. So Tatiana has recently presented in Ann Arbor. She came all the way to us from Ann Arbor today and has presented there already, and she's here to present with us today. So I'm going to pass the microphone to you. Do you want to do the slides yourself?
Yes, sure.
Okay, there's the arrow. Okay, all right, give her a warm up. Hi, so I'm Tatiana and great, thank you. So, yeah. Yeah, that's me. So I came here from Ann Arbor and so I'm excited to share my story today. So to initiate a community conversation about my situation of business and challenges I face. So I just start with the fact that in 2023, I moved in the United States from Russia. And so recently, less than 2 years ago, and so that's the fact.
A little bit lower.
Yeah. Okay,
How's that?
that's better. Okay, thank you. And so the challenges I face today, I founded WebLagoon. It is a web design agency, and I feel like I'm stuck. So because so that's better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I founded agency here, and so I have some entrepreneurship experience in my home country, but so here in this country, I faced a situation when I don't understand how to move. And so that's what I want to talk today. And I call for your support. So let me just talk a little about my journey, just to understand so what I'm expert in and so what I'm doing, what is my experience. Actually, my career started even earlier, but so the most maybe significant fact was when I started to work for Yandex. This is the biggest and so the most successful IT company in Russia. This is the analog of Google because it is based on a search engine. And it has a lot of services, and of course, this works for Russian-speaking community, Russian-speaking audience. Yeah, and after, so I was a relationship manager there, and after 3 years later, I founded my own agency. It was a digital agency. We worked with clients for paid ads and analytics, and so everything in this sphere. And I ran my agency for 10 years. And it was really a successful career because so we were top 3 in the region, and I can suggest, I don't know exactly, but I think we definitely were in top 50 in the country. And we worked with Yandex, Google, Facebook, Instagram, so everything about paid ads. And so these are just some pictures. I was a proud speaker in big conferences, educational courses, participant different programs, and all this. And now today, so when I moved here, I decided, okay, if I have such an experience, I can do the same in the other country, right? And I situated WebLagoon design agency, and I switched my sphere to the very close one. These are sites for service-based businesses, and I use no-code technologies such as Webflow and Primer, so to build websites for clients. What I've already done for this moment, I registered my company. I defined my mission, vision, website, brand, portfolio, and social media. So this is all I know how to do. And then I started. So I will talk about this just a little bit later. Just let me to talk a little bit about my expertise.
So I'm building websites as you understood, and I think my talent lays in so understanding business vision and needs, and to transform it in visual. So, and here are some examples of my work. So these websites I built by myself, and so just so you can imagine, so what's the level and how can I do this? And talking about web design, so I stand for better user experience, and I understand as a former digital marketing, not really former, I think I'm still digital marketing. I understand, so not that website should be visually stunning and all this, it should work for business. And I understand how it should work. So, and so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to build such a website to high conversion rates and to bring more clients to business. Okay, so if you ask me to say what is my mission, so it is about just to empower service-based businesses to have great sites which can impress, attract, and drive success. And I am absolutely sure that every business deserves a great website. So what about my person? I just want to show you that I think these prices are quite affordable for almost all businesses. And so,
Say them out loud because people
Yeah.
in the back can't see you.
what?
Do you mind saying them out loud because people in the back can't see the screen?
Okay, so yeah, I start with 1,000, so 1,200, yeah. This is something new for me because we don't speak like this in Russian. Okay, 1,200, 3,600, and 8,000, yeah.
And those are
So these are, yeah, it's related on the volume, so the scope of work, and so that's it. But of course, everything is discussable because so I prefer to estimate every project after writing. No, that's, yeah. And so let's talk about my challenge. As I told earlier, I stuck because I know that the next step is to attract clients, real paid clients. And I discovered that I just don't know how to do this here. I tried to use my experience, what worked with my business in Russia. So I used to do cold calls on the very early stage. So when I get some clients, I started to build my partner network, and it worked very well. And after, so I used a lot of referrals, and for the long term, I made a lot for PR and public speaking everywhere just to make my brand more popular and visible. So yeah, but here, what I discovered, cold messages through LinkedIn, they didn't work at all. After, so building networks, it takes time. I think I got it that networking plays a great role here, but it takes time. What was really surprising for me that so while the host seems interested, so nothing just happened. And so, yeah, I was so frustrated because of this, because so I talked to people and they were interested, and what, and nothing. And of course, this is just different culture, different economy, different mindset. So for community conversation, I hope you will help me to understand what is the best strategy to get first, maybe not so much, just 3-5 paid clients, real paid clients. And so the additional moment is that how to make it fast.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, and so I don't want you just to, so I have three ideas. How can I do this? And so I will tell you about my ideas and let's discuss them, please. So my first idea is just to make some low cost and free projects just for local clients, for local references and reviews and building portfolio with American budgets. The second one is, so I started maintaining my social media, but maybe I should pay more attention for this and do it more actively and maybe to use paid ads, but I'm not really sure about this. And so the third one is, I know that, so building community network, yeah, and it's a great idea to grow business, but there are so many of them, and sometimes I just feel overwhelmed. I don't know what to choose, where to go, and who should I contact with. So these are my three ideas. And yeah, I will come back to this slide a little later. And this is a slide with my contacts. Thank you so much.
Okay, so just to show you Ann Arbor. All right, so we went a little bit long, so we have about 10 minutes. We're gonna give her about 10 minutes. We might go a little bit long today. So if you need to leave early, I know we all stick around for networking, but we might go a little bit longer today, just a heads up. I see somebody coming right up to speak with you. So Tata, if you can stand here closer to this black spot, and then if you want to come on up to the line, you'll be on the mic.
Thank you.
Well, that's okay. People can't see it too well, so let's go.
And a couple of technical questions. Why are you going with freeform or endless drag and drop type format versus WordPress?
So that's
She
easy.
has to hold the mic down. She has to hold it too.
Yeah. So first, I position myself mostly as a web designer than a developer. That's why no-code platform seems first easier for me and easier for my clients. And I love their speed. So because you can build, so you can build a website very quickly and you can show it to the client and you can change a little so much faster. And so you don't require to have a developer. That's why, so you can cut the cost for the client.
So following that model, I would say that's you're targeting small business independents.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. So my advice to you, 2/3 of the websites and are WordPress driven. And the reason why they're so successful and popular, and GoDaddy and other likes use that format, is the ownership. And using headless drag and drop, the ownership of that, when you hand that off, it's hard to maintain and difficult to optimize in terms of SEO. I think another challenge you're going to have is looking for the next client, maybe offer like maintenance and support and possibly even hosting, and start building your recurring revenue that way, the nature of the business. And the other is to save your money on advertising and social media until you're able to bag a few nice accounts and then advertise that and put that in your portfolio, but also use case studies as to why you're using this format, and maybe reach out to your audience that would find value in headless versus someone that wants the legacy information like hosted on WordPress to be able to maintain their websites themselves. And also, if they're working with an SEO agency, that you get into form versus function, right? Now, the challenge is going to be function versus form. Okay, I have this nice looking website, but I can't optimize it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm happy to speak with you after.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Lynn Drake. I own a company called Compass Commercial. Here's my card if you want to call me later with questions. I do a lot of cold calling, and there is a method to the madness that works. Just making a cold call, in my experience, does not work. Here's what I do. I find my ideal client, I research them, I find out who in the company I need to speak to. I prepare a letter to that person and I write them and tell them what I do. I give them examples of case studies or how I've saved money or whatever is important for your organization. Then I tell them I'm gonna call them in a certain week and to expect my call. And then in the PS, so you write the letter, you end the letter, the space that they always review is the PS. So PS at the bottom, and then say, I have a special offer for you. I'm reducing my cost by this much. Let's discuss it. Then you call them and they will expect the call and you're much more likely to get through. Doesn't mean you're gonna always get through, but that's the system that I've used and it's a pretty good system.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that clear manner of how it works. Thank you.
My name is Alan Henderson and I'm a life executive coach. And I encourage you to continue to do more and more of these because if you think about it, you're the face of your organization, you're the face of the product. So you want to really present yourself based on the expertise that you have yourself. Continue to put yourself at risk, do things that are comfortable for you. So that when you get in front of a crowd like this, you just selling yourself, you're selling your product, and you're presenting yourself in a way that everybody wants to attracted to you and know that you're the expert for them to see. Congratulations to you, good luck to you.
Thank you so much. So actually, that's why I'm here, and you can't imagine how challenging for me is to do this in English, in my second language.
Hi, I'm Melanie Summers, owner of Melanie Summers Creative, also a web designer, and I faced a few of these challenges myself. Low cost or free projects. I don't really do those, only because you really want to spend your time with the clients that you want to spend all of your energy and your time on the clients that are for you and for your business. So I like to identify those, like more of my ideal clients and kind of go from there and work with those clients. When it comes to networking, and events like these, like 1 Million Cups or other networking opportunities, like the previous gentleman said, your personality and everything like that, that kind of speaks for your business. What I usually tell my clients is you can't be everywhere at once, but your website can. So if your website kind of reflects your personality, I find that web talk and jargon and stuff like that is very intimidating for a lot of clients because that's not their specialty. But once you kind of break it down into something that they can understand in layman's terms, then they tend to open up and you can kind of get to see where they are. There was another issue that you mentioned. I identified with you so much during your slideshow. Where you're like, hey, these people are interested, but nothing's happening. So that could just be because they're busy, or maybe because they don't understand maybe the value that you can add at that specific time. So maybe try to communicate that to them specifically for them. I found that that has worked for me as well.
Okay, that's great, Melanie. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your support. First off, I'm gonna say I'm proud of you. Keep going. My name is Tanisha. I'm a business and sales coach. I help entrepreneurs like you, social media. Here in the US, we're very selfish, I want to say. We focus on solutions. So we don't necessarily care about the website, but we care about what the solution is that the website can bring. More profits, more customers, longevity, increase your community, those types of things. So when you're marketing, don't talk about necessarily the website, pitch the solution. And then when you're thinking about building your community, think about where your community is. So think trademark attorneys or trademark communities, business credit people may have your customers. Just think about who you can collaborate with where they already have the people there for you. If they already built the community, all they have to do is just talk you up and the community or the people will be there to buy. Thanks, John. Good job. She called out, trademark attorneys. I'm Tanisha Moore, that happen to be a trademark attorney, and she is on point for that. Because that's exactly what I do. I partner up with, other business owners and do lives with them to promote them and share them with my community because they need your service. A couple of things that came up for me is who you're serving. You said service-based, and you're looking for your first 3 to 5 clients, right? Well, what I would recommend is that you niche down even further. Who and what type of service are you going towards? Law firms, real estate, so I would niche down and look for those so people know who exactly you're looking for. So if you were to say you're looking for real estate professionals, everyone in this room would start thinking, well, who do I know who is in real estate to help, that may need your service? If you don't know that, I would recommend looking at your competitors. So look at your competitors and see who are they serving.
Yeah.
See who they're serving and how you can bring the value to them. And also where you're looking at the competitors, and I say this often, is what are they not doing that you can say that you can do to bring value to stand out. So that would be a good way to do that. And then when it comes to building a network, you're already, you're doing that, but what Tanisha said is build partnerships and that does take time. So you do have to get out, and that's what I call the first step on building your sales is to get out and talk to people and tell them what you're doing. But you have to be very clear on what you want and how to give direction, because like you said, everyone's selfish. We all have our things to do, but you have to be very clear and tell me what you want to happen.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was very good.
That's some good stuff. Okay, stay up here for a second. So something new we're gonna do in our community for people who have been coming and for new people is we're gonna ask 2 questions to our presenter before we release them from the stage. And in this case, we'll be inviting another presenter up. So Tatiana, what made you want to present here at 1 Million Cups?
First, I already presented in our community, and I found such a warm and supportive atmosphere here there. So yeah, I was expected the same, and actually I found it here. Thank you so much. Yeah, and completely. As I already said, for me, this is a chance to start speaking up about myself, about my business, and I'm still learning how to do this. Thank you.
And thank you. That was great, right? Thank you. I promise her that you are warm and welcoming community, and you should come right over and present here too. And then the last question for you is there one thing that came up from your suggestion today right now that's like top of mind that you think you could take action on this week? What would that be?
Actually, I really like, and I think it's very useful to take a closer look to my competitors and to explore their portfolios and to understand who are they working with and to niche my offer. So, whenever, thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Let me have this. Thank you, guys. Her contact slide is here. We're going to introduce the next speaker. Again, we're going to run a few minutes late today. Remember, we'll have Oakland Thrive speak at the end, and then we'll be doing a group photo. So this is her logo here. So I need to take a second to grab that. Okay. And then I'm going to pass the mic over to another one of our volunteer organizers, Lisa Davis, and she's going to close us out today.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Lisa Davis, and I want to introduce to you Luisa. Luisa has a fabulous restaurant in downtown Ferndale. And I don't know how many people are familiar with downtown Ferndale, but Luisa Artisanal Street Food is located right off of Woodward, right behind the Rust Belt, and it's so delicious. So I would love for everybody to try to sample, but we're not giving it to the samples. Anybody that works for Oakland Thrive, any of the business consultants, we don't have enough samples. We really want to give the samples to all the visitors. So first, first to the visitors, and then and then maybe the people that work here, so I'm not gonna get a sample either, but I'm gonna give the mic over to Luisa so she can talk about her, business and her pain point.
Yeah. Hi, I have a restaurant in Ferndale, right around 9 Woodward. We love being there, real passion for cooking and doing things for the community, like we're doing shop for healing dinners, which I think are fun. We host local bands. We were doing it outside but we're gonna start this month inside, even though it's a small space. But, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Okay.
There we go.
I need it to
All right,
talk.
here we go.
Okay. Well, so the type of food that we sell, a lot of it's inspired from my childhood, my experiences. My family's from Romagna, Italy, so we make our own bread. Everything's homemade. We make our own noodles. We did take some inspiration from Mexico and South America. We make these gluten-free dumplings, and we have a lot of vegan options. And I chose to do those things because I wanted everyone to be able to sit down and eat together, because a lot of times you find you get in these, someone can't eat this or someone can't find something on the menu. So I did want to make sure there was something for everyone, but at the same time, make the things that I love and that I know about and that I understand the best. And I always try to let the people I work with contribute in their ways, because I just think it makes the food better. So I like problems kind of just like Tatiana, I need more business. And, one thing I really feel like we're a very small crew. It's just me and, I have a full-time guy and a part-time person. So I do feel like spread really thin. So like one of my questions, I guess, is what tools are out there that I'm not using that I don't know about? Like especially with, like, I know I need to do more social media, and I'm also on a budget, So I know that there could be more time spent in social media, but maybe there's a way to like do that quicker or a way to organize it better, because I don't think we're out there enough. And then another thing that I'd really like to do is like get into grocery stores and like maybe the frozen food section, like we do our baked lasagnas and things like that. And I like emailed different local places and but I'm just not really getting something consistent that that's just bringing money in every week. So is there a better way to do that, to get your foot in the door? Yes. So we've done like mailers, just handing them out, mostly local businesses and like the people that come in. Word of mouth has been probably the best way to get the word out there. We've maintained good reviews, which I'm really proud of, and happy about that. And just again about the social media, the challenge getting out there. And I think all these things have worked a little bit, but I just would like to, we need more of it, I guess, just to keep afloat. Like I said, I already said that. And I already said that, like I said. And that's where we're located, to the most map.
Thank you.
For being nervous, you really presented yourself very well. That was really well done. So we want to stand like right here. If anyone has any suggestions for her, if you want to go back one slide to your challenge question. I see Melanie's already up here. And Melanie, if you could stand like closer to this line, then you're kind of in the screen. And let's get going. Here you go.
For social media marketing, I just want to say, I don't know what you've done so far, but I've heard about your business. I saw like, it like popped up on my feed and I was like, oh, this looks delicious. So I just want to say that so far, I think you're doing a great job since I've heard about it. But as far as finding a social media person, maybe we want to look into, I know other people have said this in the past, but people who are majoring in a marketing degree or maybe partner with a local school, college, or something like that, where they're looking to do things like that. That might help. Yeah. And I really love it wasn't on your social media page, they tagged you. So they like had a meal and they showed it off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, and I actually was by the Rust Belt. I think you're in a great location.
Yeah.
Because, on the weekends, it's really popping over there. I was gonna stop in, but my mom is, she doesn't like a whole lot of gluten, so I couldn't really.
Oh,
do
right.
it. But if you want to advertise that as being like your gluten-free dumplings for people who have gluten allergies and things like that. Because I really wanted to try it, but I know that person I was with wasn't going to be able to eat. But that might help as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That is very helpful.
My name is Stephanie Traskis. I'm a co-owner of Nakey & Co, where we make Nakey butter spreads with benefits. I do all of our social media. I love social media. So Melissa knows I love social media, and she always has me talk about it. The reason I love it is because it really does help get the word out there authentically. And my advice for a social media person is maybe to look within your own staff. If you have young people working in your staff, they might be willing to make extra posts and do things that while they're already there.
Yeah.
So you could look within your staff, but there's so many different tools for automating posts. We personally use a website called Sendable, where you can map out posts for months ahead of time. And I personally use AI software like ChatGPT to come up with months worth of posts. You can type it in and say, hey, I run a small kitchen in Ferndale where the local values are this. What do they want to know? And you can come up with so many content ideas, just automated. And keeping things simple, videos of just B-roll with you or your staff cooking the food. 3 reasons why you should come, just.
Yeah,
doing it.
that's the time consuming thing. Like, I do have like a bunch of pictures. I'll take pictures. But I haven't posted them because it's like, well, how do I post? Sometimes I'll just post it. So it's like, God, I gotta post something. But I like that it's gonna have, just some more direction to it, Okay, so it's a good idea. Thank you.
I would also suggest there's so many foodies in Ferndale and in the Detroit area. You reach out to these people, DM them, say, hey, I'd love to provide a free meal. If you come, take a video, and then they share it on their page, add you as a collaborator, and then now your audience is being seen by theirs. So,
Good one.
we can talk afterwards too. I have tons of ideas for you. And by the way, I'm eating at your establishment. I
Thank you.
absolutely love it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm first in line for the food. So, I just want to take a step back to I understand your marketing and that's the challenge, but I would encourage you to take a step back and say, what is the goal? So what's this, because that would help put the strategy in place. So what's the goal, the purpose of doing the marketing? Is it to get sales? Do you want more walk-ins? Do you want more engagement? Why are you doing this? And then that would help also understand where you should show up. So if you've identified that, how many leads or how many walk-ins do you need? And then you can better track if your activity and your efforts make sense, because it takes a time and energy to be on the social media is a thing. And so you want to just make sure that you're spending your resources wisely, especially when you have such a small crew.
Right. No,
Okay.
thank
Good.
you.
Good. Who's next? Who's next?
Hello. So I know cost is, one of the concerns, right? We're expensive, people that do what I do. But someone had mentioned maybe you have someone young that can help out one of the staff members. Maybe they don't have the experience, but what you could afford is more of a short-term
training or consulting with someone like myself, with one of your staff members, so that now they can eventually do it, because at the end of the day, you're just not gonna have the time to do it yourself, most likely, and to get the skill sets and really proficient, it's a long runway. Someone maybe who's more tech savvy or something like that could, with a little bit of training or something. So this is the more affordable option to get help. So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Young girl, she wants to have her own business one day too, so it'll be a good experience for her.
Agreed.
I am Lynn Drake. I don't know if I am an Oakland Thrive consultant as well. I am actually helping somebody that's doing exactly what you want to do. I'm gonna call them and ask them if I could give them your number. I just don't know if I can just give that out. But anyways, I think it would be helpful because she has a frozen food line and how she did it.
Oh,
And she did it recently.
yeah. Thank you very much. Mr. Snyder.
Oh, hey, hi.
Don.
I'm Donald Snyder, and I know you were looking at the frozen food line and getting into stores.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard from part one of the naked. I'm gonna call Evan up. I'm gonna default to Evan. Evan, come on up. I can give you the full deal about grocery stores, not wasting your time.
You're welcome. I are not teaming up.
Not teaming up.
We both looked you up here.
See, everybody thinks immediately of you.
I appreciate it.
Be the judge of that.
Evan, get close.
Who's your offer? Who do you, who approached you?
Well, Meyer, but it just went, no,
Super center or local?
local.
Oh, shit. So the thing about your frozen food line.
Hold the mic up a bit, can hear you.
First of all, say who you are, please. Now, you know, clap.
Come on closer.
Yes, clap.
I'm called Evan. I am the founder and co-owner of Nakey Co. We have a company called Nakey Butter, which are spreads with benefits right here. We make easy to carry, convenient, nut and seed butter spread. We put them in jars and we put them in squeeze pouches. So I have a lot of experience with grocery stores. It's gonna be a full-time job for you. So the one thing that I hear is you're lacking time. That's the one thing that I keep hearing is a consistent thing with you, right? Is that time.
Mhm.
With the food line, it's gonna take all of your time.
Okay.
So.
Well, I would hope that it would bring in money, that I would be able to get another person and they would be able to like run it, you know?
So it's gonna be a full-time job, frozen, so food in general with grocery stores, in my opinion, is a huge pain in the ass. Okay. It is a massive amount to climb. Grocery stores are gonna wanna undercut your margins. You're gonna make practically nothing on it. If I were you, I would focus on your main point of business, which is your restaurant.
Yeah.
That's personally what I would do, because I see you have two different things here. Social media, and then this is another whole business is your frozen food line. We can talk outside of this, and I can kind of get into the nitty gritty about how to get into grocery stores and the challenges that you're gonna face with grocery stores. But in my opinion, if I were you, I would focus on one part of your business first, which is your restaurant, versus that is a completely other side project.
Yeah. Stay up here a second. I'm gonna talk to the mic. So I know that that's a very intriguing, right? So I'm just gonna coach Evan and say just a bit more for you, Luisa. Evan is a growth stage business, right? He's growth stage business. And when he first got excited about his first PO with Meyer, he was like, yes, that branding is gonna come. I'm connected to the community. I'm gonna make this happen. And then after 2 years, 18 months of working with them, he realized he can do it better through what system? Like, how are you doing it better than leaning into their marketing since they cut your margins? What are you changing and how can that help Luisa or maybe anyone else in the room who has a product and is thinking, I gotta get in Meyer?
So Meyer Local is different than Meyer Supercenters. We're in both. We're in the Meyer Local format, but we're also in all the Supercenters. What Melissa was talking about
is they don't care about you.
I didn't want to say it like
I don't care what large chain, Meyer, Kroger, Whole Foods, they don't care about local. They could give a shit less about it. Okay? What we found and their margins are garbage, right? So direct consumer, that is our bread and butter. That's where we, no pun intended, that's where we go. Is the direct consumer. Amazon has been a big growth driver for us as well. But grocery stores, people think that once you made it into Meijer, you made it into Whole Foods, you made it into whatever, Target, yeah, Walmart, Costco, yeah, whatever the hell the name is, that you made it, that is not true, right? Because what's gonna happen is all of your time, all of your attention, all of your resources, all your money is gonna go into filling that BO. And so now you're gonna be stretched so thin because you can do anything you want, you just can't do everything you want. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because what's gonna happen is your business, your restaurant is gonna suffer because you're trying to keep up with the PO and all your money is gonna be put into it. Oh, I have to fill that PO for my, I have to fill that PO for whatever the name of the store is. That's what's gonna happen.
Thank that.
All right.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maria. So in my past life, I worked in the food industry and I've connected with quite a few people who offer resources for startups. So I took a couple notes so that I can stay on track to share with you. So because you don't have the funds to do the things you need to do, it's important that you connect with people who offer free resources and connect you with money, grants, and other programs that will help you with marketing and things like that. So Michigan Women Forward is a good program. They offer a lot of resources for women-owned businesses. They also help you develop skill sets like how to pitch, how to write grants or get grants and things like that. And then I don't know if you offer catering, but that's something that you could do if you work with different organizations to get your name out there. So if you cater different events with even just the businesses here today, if you cater their events, that'll help you to get your business out, to get community awareness. And then there's Michigan Food Fund as well as the Michigan State, which I think they might be in partnership, I can't recall, but they are.
Yes.
Okay, so the Michigan Food Fund through Michigan State, they also offer resources like Michigan Women Forward, but they specifically focus on restaurants and other food services. So, and then there is, so a social media intern, I've hired one before. It's great, but it requires time. You have to train them. You have to prepare them to do what you need them to do for your business. You could get someone who has the experience, but they need to build their resume. So just all you do is go on Indeed, post the job opening and, maybe you offer them a stipend of some sort. And then you just explain to them what you're looking for and let them kind of do their things so they can develop their portfolio while you also get that promotion on social media. And these other programs like Michigan Women Forward, they do offer social media marketing, free legal services and things like that. So they'll at least help you come up with a marketing plan. And, the restaurant reviewers. So like someone said, there are foodies out there who do this for a living, or not for a living, but they make good money doing it. You just reach out to the ones who have a great following and ask them to come and review your food, make a post and get more people in the doors. Also, I'm a plant-based vegan. I have been for almost 7 years. And my son is as well, he's always been vegan. One of the main things that we struggle with is finding places that offer vegan options. So when I'm searching for vegan food, a lot of times I have to go through an entire menu before I find out what vegan options they have. So it would be helpful is wherever you advertise, make sure you're emphasizing your vegan and gluten-free options. So that people that you do want to cater to, they recognize, because I'm the only vegan in my family, my friends are not vegan, so I have to find places that have something for both of us. That will make it so much easier for those people that you're catering to if you advertise that up front. And then one thing at a time. I know you have so many goals, but like someone already mentioned that you can't do everything. You can't do it all. You can do anything, you can't do everything. You can't do it all at once. So focus on getting your name out there, getting your business recognized, building the community, and then it might be easier to step into those other roles, like getting to the grocery stores and things like that. So one thing at a time, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, how you feeling?
Feel great.
You feel good? Okay, so did you hear any ideas today that you think you might want to work with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which one? I saw you shake your hand on a lot of them. Which one
Yeah,
did you
no,
feel was most beneficial?
It's like prioritizing. I think one of the reasons why I'm feeling spread too thin is I wasn't prioritizing properly, and I got a lot of feedback about that. I already know, like, okay, I didn't take a weight off, honestly. So maybe I was, yeah, one thing at a time. It's good advice, and not worry so much about things not developing all at once. You know, takes time and patience, right?
It's, you know, I know you're glad you're here today. So what made you come to 1 Million Cups Metro Detroit?
Because I just looking for ways to grow and like as a business owner and I stayed in a couple times. I loved the information and the feedback people were getting, and it really seemed like a good way to spend my time. And I thought I'd get some, you know, useful.
Yeah, a little bit more useful for you. Yeah, one more thing.
Sorry about that. I have one more thing for your, if some of you have very few staff, if you partner with Michigan, I think Michigan Works it is, they can help you get, people that are looking for job training skills, so they pay the staff to come and work for you, so that won't cut into your budget for staff.
Yeah. We had Carmen in here, so she might be able to talk to you about that. She's not here today, but she does. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody get really. There's a couple more seats in the back, and then I want to call Daryl up from Oakland Drive.
Good morning, everyone. Please give our presenters another round of applause. They did an amazing job. It is amazing to see so many people out today. Just want to talk a little bit about Oakland Drive. Raise your hand if you've never heard of Oakland Drive.
Oh, that's great. That's
So there are a few people, in the- we are a nonprofit. We work with Oakland County to help Oakland County-based small businesses. The reason I say Oakland County only is because despite the fact that this is one of the richest counties in America, there's a need for small business training. There's a need for connections to resources. Because we have a population of, a large population of minority businesses, the women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses who don't know that there are resources like the many partners in this room. Michigan Moving Forward is one of our partners. Quite a few partners, and we provide free resources to small business owners. That's what we do. We have representatives who are across the county, whatever area you are in. If you have a business owner, talk to me. I will get you connected to one of our consultants. So these are the types of services that we offer: consultations, seminars and workshops, access to a network of local resources. And we also specialize in childcare and hospitality right now. So if you have any business in Oakland County, or if you're starting a business and don't know where to start, you don't know whether you should have an LLC or an S corp, or I just want to be a single proprietor, or hey, I'm getting big and I want to know it's the time to make that transition from an LLC to an S corp. We can help you with those types of things. So thank you again. If you are a business-to-business service provider for us, please raise your hand. That's quite awesome. So talk to those people because we can get you connected to them. And Luisa, I'm going to get you 4 hours with one of our marketing people. So that can help you get you started. But if you need help in other areas, we can get you connected as well. So I want to say thanks again for coming out, everyone. We will be back here next Wednesday, same time, same place. Coffee, donuts. If you need to work here today, our host, Incubizo, has kindly offered you the opportunity to bring your laptop, find a desk, not an office, to find a desk, and you can work here for free for the entire day.
Thank you.
If you need a virtual office, if you're tired of working from home and you want to work from here, talk to Josh. He's in the back of the room back there with the gray cap on. He can cut you a great deal on an office space. And this is a wonderful community to work with because you're surrounded by like-minded like-minded business owners who are also looking to grow their business as well. So please, we're going to gather in the middle of the room. We are going to do a group photo. Again, we use these photos to help others to learn about Open Thrive and 1 Million Cup, because we want to continue to grow the community because of the value of what we do for small business owners and entrepreneurs. So
Make sure you check in.
right in the middle. Also, I'm going to put the QR code up on the board. Please take a picture of the QR code so that we can keep track of the people that come, because our sponsors want to know that their dollars are being spent wisely and that people are getting some value out of what we do here today. I'm going to do a group photo. I'll put the QR code up. Thank you. I know we ran a couple of minutes over. Thank you so much. See you next week.